science fans? It's quite exciting to see the growth of the environmental movement. With the ever-increasing number of celebrities, influencers, and educators who are advocating for the environment, it's actually quite frustrating to see that it doesn't seem to be working. It's easy enough to blame the government, businesses, and uninformed individuals, but maybe we should consider that we, the learned ones, could also be at fault. A lot of us have jumped into the environmental movement by using paper bags, ditching plastic straws, going vegan or organic, without realizing that as we pat ourselves on the back, we are actually hurting the planet more. And this is because a lot of people have a conscious or subconscious tendency to treat science like some kind of religion or philosophy that you can choose not to believe in. This degrades scientific facts to the level of opinion, and thus, science loses its impact. I really hope that someday we can advance scientific literacy here in the Philippines and have people trust in the science once again. So for today, we'll be discussing environmental trends that actually hurt the planet. The use of paper bags. A lot of people celebrated here in the Philippines last February 19, 2019, when a national ban on the use of plastic bags was implemented. 100,000 marine animals are killed by plastic bags annually, and it takes 500 or more years for a plastic bag to degrade in a landfill. And they transform into microplastics that continue to pollute the environment. Municipalities all over the Philippines were quick to respond by replacing the standard plastic bags with paper bags. But did you know that paper bags are actually worse for the planet? Paper bags need 4 times more energy and 3 times more water to produce than a typical plastic bag. Its production also releases 7 times more air pollutants and 50 times more water pollutants. And though paper bags degrade much faster, you need to reuse it 4 more times before it's worth the production cost. Instead of offering free paper bags or free plastic bags, grocery stores should at least offer the use of recycled paper boxes that were initially used to store the products that they were selling. But as for us consumers, reusable bags must be the only choice. Choose bags made of cloth or biodegradable locally sourced materials to further lessen the footprint. And finally, please don't keep on buying bags repeatedly. Purchase only what you need and remember to bring them with you to the grocery store. Using metal straws. Scientists estimate that up to 8.3 billion plastic straws pollute the beaches all over the world. About 500,000 plastic straws are used each year, and because of their tiny size, it makes it harder to recycle and much easier to end up in bodies of water. They are among the top 10 trash found in coastal cleanups. Straws make up less than 1% of the plastic we dump in the ocean. Banning them is a tiny step in a larger effort to curb plastic use rather than a solution by itself. Most metal straws are made of stainless steel, an amalgamation of iron ore, nickel, and other types of metal. All of these are mined from the earth as they cannot be created artificially. Making the steel alone requires 8 to 12 hours of extreme heat and its counterpart carbon footprint. The energy used to create one metal straw is roughly equivalent to creating 90 plastic straws, and also produces carbon emissions equivalent to the making of 150 plastic straws. This may not seem like a lot, but in order to offset the environmental impact of creating a metal straw, it must be used over 150 times. So count the total number of metal straws that you currently have. Are you sure that you've used each one of them at least 150 times? Because if not, then you're actually hurting the planet more. And not unless you have a physical deformity, or you're continuously in a moving vehicle, or you have a medical condition, you don't need a straw alternative. Just drink straight from the cup. Going vegetarian. We've talked about the negative impacts of eating meat in this channel before. Raising cattle, pork, and chicken needs 5 to 11 times more water, 90 to 160 times more land, and releases 8 to 11 times more greenhouse gases than growing protein-rich crops. And this makes sense because plants create energy molecules directly from the energy that they get from the sun. Herbivores only get to absorb 10% of the energy from the plants that they eat. Carnivores have it worse because they only get 1% of that original energy when they consume meat. So, it would be more energy efficient to consume primary producers or plants. Consuming fruits and vegetables only become problematic when we purchase varieties that are not locally produced. And though the health benefits of these food products cannot be denied, the environmental impacts from eating non-local vegetables come from the energy, water, fertilizer, and pesticide required to grow them, the resources used for packaging materials, and the energy used in processing, transporting, and keeping them cool to preserve their freshness. Hectares upon hectares of forest land have been cleared in South America and Southeast Asia so that you can eat some of your favorite power foods. Of course, this is not an excuse to go back to your carnivorous habits, but instead, focus on buying local produce. We're lucky here in the Philippines that we have local farms supplying us avocados, broccoli, bananas, and mung beans. So check where your fruits and vegetables are grown, avoid those that needs tons of water and land in order to grow, and you'll be good to go. Swap that quinoa with red or black rice grown in the mountain province. Instead of almond milk, try the sustainably sourced Carabao's milk from the well-loved animals in UP Los Baños, or Philippine-made and locally sourced soy milk. I hope you were able to learn something from this short video on the actual environmental impacts of current environmental fads. I hope you can give this video a thumbs up and also to subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please don't hesitate to message me, your resident Filipina scientist, in the comments section below. Thank you very much, and see you around!